Hello and welcome to another Wayback Wednesday. I'm Deb Keyes and you're watching Stampin' on the Hill. I have the December version of Wayback Wednesday, and if you haven't been following and don't know what that means, it is where I find a project from way back when and try to recreate it using more current products. It's becoming quite a challenge to find old things that I can still recreate. But before I bounce down and show you what I've got going on, I just had to show you what a clean office space I have. Can you tell my desk is all clean back here? You want to know why? Because I had to clear it off, so I had a place to wrap gifts for Christmas. So that's all done, except for a couple of gifts that I still need to get. So hopefully you are ahead of the game and are finished shopping, but I'm not quite. So let me show you my desktop here to see what today's project is supposed to look like. So you can tell by some of the retired colors. This is the project sheet. So this is a card that we made in one of the classes. Who knows how long ago it was, but I can tell that it was using the swirly. I remember, I can't remember, was it Swirly Bird maybe, or something with swirls stamp set. And of course I don't have the stamp set anymore, but so some of these are stamps and some of these are actually like cutout circles. So Mint Macaron and Pacific Point are not in our color groups anymore. So I can tell that this is probably a couple of years old. So what I thought we would do is, I was looking for a color scheme. So I want to show you quick what I'm doing with that. And I'm going to bring in my catalog. And what I thought I would do is, can you see this? The triadic. You pick 3 colors that are pretty much in a triangle from one another on the color wheel. So I chose Melon Mambo, Blueberry Bushel. Hold on, here's Blueberry Bushel, Melon Mambo, and Lemon Lime Twist. So that constitutes my triadic color scheme. Put this down. Let's see. I'm going to be using our card base is going to be just basic white, and this is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. I didn't bring my bone folder again, so we're going to wing it here with our fingernail. Oh, duh, there's a bone folder right here. I was prepared. It's not like me. And then I have another piece of white, which is just the 1/4 inch smaller. So this is 5 1/4 by 4. All right, so we're going to build on this one. And I went ahead and cut some stuff out already because I don't have any of those circles like I had as a stamp set. So I thought, well, we're going to do this with all circles when we're just going to cut them out. So I'm using the Stylish Shapes dies, and I'm going to use all of the circles. So I have mine if for storage purposes. Here's your tip of the week. I keep the cardboard that it comes on, but they don't see, and I hang them up. So that's why there's a little hole in there. I don't know if you can see the little hole. But I hang them up on like a cork board so that when I'm sitting and creating, I can look up and see what my options are for dies. But then I find that they don't stick on there very well. So I ended up putting a magnetic sheet on here. So I still have my cardboard that it comes on, my little, it's not really cardboard, but you know, that the dies come on, and then I just stuck them on a magnetic sheet. Okay, you get the idea. So we're going to use all the circles, and I have cut out a bunch of them already, and I will bring those in a minute. But for our purposes, I'm going to bring in, make our sandwich for our, for our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So we're going to use the platform number 1, the cutting plate number 2, And of course, I'm still using these well-loved cutting plates. So I'm going to bring in a piece of Blueberry Bushel, and I'm going, let's do them down here, I guess. And I'm going to just cut one of everything. Okay. Let's get them all sort of centered in here. And I'll show you, I didn't center all of these in all of the colors that I did. So I'll show you what that looks like though in a minute. But for these, I was going to try to get them a little bit centered anyway. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be perfect. Because if you'll notice in our, I'll show it to you again in a minute. I'm going to put this washi tape this down a minute. But if you noticed at all in here, I've got like little dots on top of big dots, and the swirls are not all even either. So I'll show you what we're going to do. We're going to send this through first and get all of our circles out. And then, let's see. So we don't need the rest of these for now. And let's pull it off like this. And then we're going to be careful with that center one. The rest of them won't stick so much, but I've already used this a couple of times, so the stickiness of my washi tape is not the greatest at the moment, but it still can peel stuff off. So let's pull the dies out and see what we have left. Put that away. So we've got some circles, all the different size circles. And then I also did similar things. I did them different, and I'll show you what I did with these. So these I didn't put directly in the center. So I did this, and then I don't remember if I did this one. Yep, there we go. So that was that one. So if I pull that, and then I put this one sort of off center in this one too. So we've got lots of options there. I also did a solid circle of blue ahead of time. And then I also have some Melon Mambo pieces, and I may not use them all, but we're just going to start with putting pieces on here. And I like to, that one's a little large. I may not end up using this big one. Or, you can do like this, and you can cut off the end too. Maybe I'll do that. Put one up here and one down there. And then this one. What other colors? I need some more pink. I like to use the little ones last, the biggest ones first and the littler ones last. This almost looks like a bug, doesn't it? That's okay. It's a cute bug. There we go. That's more unbug-like. And then let's put some more dots in, I don't know where. I can put one there. And where's my other green one? Let's put this one on the inside down here. And maybe that's enough. Yeah, I think that's enough. So the hard part now is coming in with the glue and gluing them all down the way you have them. So this is going to be a challenge. Well, that one can go down first. I can put that down first. So I always wish when I do this on camera that I make sure my glue works beforehand, but I don't think about it until I'm in the middle of doing this. Come on. No glue today. All right, we need more glue. We happen to have new glue. Did you know there are, another tip for the day, did you know there are 2 different tips on the green glue? This room reminds me of when I was like the glue applicator when I was in like grade school or something. Okay, let's try this. Oops, wrong side. Okay, we only need a little. And that was down here somehow. All right, and then the blue comes next. That was under here and on top of there. What's next? Pink. It's green. Comes next. Kind of off. And then this blue. Oh, let's see. We don't want to make a big mess, so we'll just do about half of it. Oops. There we go. Close enough. This green was down here somewhere. Actually, yeah, that's fine. All right. Anyway, there's no real rhyme or reason to how I'm doing this. It's just whatever you think looks nice. Let's put the that side in the center here. You'll notice I dropped it and I got glue on it, but that's okay because we've got lots of glue going everywhere, right? And then I had a blue one. Let's put it up here because we're going to put that banner across. I think it's going to get lost maybe once we put that banner in here. That one there. What do you think? Do we need like one more pink circle somewhere? I think we do. Hopefully. I didn't try this ahead of time, so hopefully it's going to look okay. I think it will. All right. It's going to move on me. Okay. So, let's see. What comes next here? I already cut out, so I was using the Friends for Life stamp set and the dies that go with it. So I already pre-did this too. And we're going to use this for the banner. So we're going to stamp on here first. I didn't tell you what the measurements are. This is 4.5 by 2.25. Leave that up there. I'm going to bring in Blueberry Bushel ink. And I'm going to use the words out of the stamp set that say best. Blueberry Bushel. And I'm going to stamp them as close to the top of this edge as I kind of can without making it look like I went off the paper. There we go. And then I was going to put this over here. And it doesn't have to be directly on, so I'm okay with a little bit of glue here, there, and everywhere. I try to get like the tops and the bottoms and the very edges, but you know, when I'm doing something like this. There we go. Now, to cut the banner, I've shown you this before, but we're gonna do it again. I'm just gonna cut a little, because this is a problem here, space-wise. So I'm just gonna cut a little bit up in the middle here. And then I'm gonna cut from this corner to the top of that first slice, and then from this corner to the top of that first slice. And there you have a fairly even banner. Oh, as long as my scissors are out, we're going to trim this off too. So you see what I did? You can glue it on first, and then you just flip it over, and then you can trim whatever is hanging off. I can use this again for all the rest of those pieces that are in my way that are going to be extra. So let's see. Trying to get all my colors, and now that I have them in there. All right, we're going to put some. Actually, let's glue this onto the card front first before we go with the dimensionals. You'll notice, if you noticed really carefully, there's a little bit of pink showing right here. I could cut that off, but I'm not worried about it. Gonna layer this onto here, center it up. I try to just make sure that there's enough that my borders are all around are fairly even. And then we'll bring in the dimensionals. And I'll probably just use 4. And there and there. And get them off of here. Did you notice in my finger right here how red it is? This is not from stamping. I tell you, I don't get this much inky fingers. I have a black one on this hand too. My fingers don't get this colored when I'm stamping. We had cookie decorating with the grandkids over the weekend, and that's all from food coloring, mixing the colors. Believe it or not, this doesn't look straight to me. Pictures are coming for that process that we did. It was fun. Everybody had a good time. Anyhow, so what do you think of that? I think I like it. Let's look one more time. You see them both? Not bad. Okay. There we are, back again. Hopefully, you will get some inspiration. I always enjoy going back and looking at older things and trying to create something with new products. There's a lot of techniques and stuff that I don't even remember about. And this was one of them, just using a whole bunch of different size circles and doing what you want with them, making your own little sort of background. And this is just with a bunch of dies. Really, the only stamp we used was the one that said best, and you didn't even probably have to use that. So if you don't have a stamp set, look to your dies and see what else you can make. Again, if you're watching the replay, I appreciate you and thank you. If the products that I'm using, you're trying to, recreate stuff, if the products don't happen to still be available, challenge yourself to use different products for sure. Because, just like I did, the original, I don't have the products for anymore. So that's always part of a challenge of inspiring yourself to come up with new and different ideas. So I would love it if you'd give me a thumbs up if you are watching and appreciate this video. And if you're making something like this, please, by all means, let's see your work too. Until next time, thanks for watching.